out.
No.
Wemby is out for
2 or 3
3
weeks.
weeks, and
Okay.
it was literally right after I talked shit in my fantasy chat because I'm the only undefeated team left. And I shit you not, I sent how early should I ask ESPN how early someone has ever clinched the playoffs? Like, what's the earliest someone has clinched the playoffs? And like literally 30 minutes later, it was like Wemby out for 3 weeks due to calf strain or something.
He didn't even get hurt in a game, right?
I
He was
deserve
just like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think because he had some injuries. This is his first like healthy start to the season, so he probably just like kind of tweaked something that was already an issue.
Yeah.
We'll see how it
How
goes.
long between you realizing that and Trey texting you telling you that you're eliminated from the playoffs in our fantasy league?
I didn't text. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Wait, who did this?
I
Who
did
did
start
this?
We need to record
Somebody
this.
I
made
did
a
start
break.
it.
We're recording. We're recording. Yeah.
And it was
good.
it was Sam.
I didn't text him that.
Yeah,
Sam
Sam
did.
said,
Out of all,
okay.
I thought it was Rob, and I was like, "Here we fucking go."
Which all I'm saying is, Anthony, don't let me catch my second win because there's still a
Hey.
chance I don't finish last,
Your
and that's
boys
all that
on the-
matters.
Yo,
Boys on the climb.
it's a lot of money on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing.
It's like 100 some odd bucks over the course of the year. Like, you got to think about this from a financial standpoint. This is a big L.
Here's
It
the thing. I
No
don't.
pun intended.
I don't. The beer mile's perfect for me because like I will have no issues with the beer mile. Like that will be a walk in the park for me. Like I can run consistently. I drink beer. Like I'm not worried about that at all. You know, I would rather if I came in second, I'd probably take the beer mile over paying the subscription fee. To be honest.
Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Don't you want to see Anthony do a beer mile? Like, I know you can do. You're the perfect person to do the beer mile. You're like
Yeah.
the
I'm built for
prototypical
the
beer mile guy.
yeah.
Like,
Flip side
Anthony
of that.
cannot do that.
No, that would be gold to watch. To watch Anthony,
Right.
to watch Anthony walk the beer mile. That would be how he has to get through it.
If I can bring a dog, then and y'all grant me to walk, then that's my caveat. But
I think that's what we need to do is set what is the lowest pace you can make. You know, like is
I'll
it
tell
like
you
a
a story about
18 minutes.
18
I'll tell you
minute
a quick
mile?
That's a
story.
brisk walk. That's a
So-
brisk walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so have y'all heard of these virtual 5Ks that they'll do for like fundraisers and stuff like that, where you can like clock your own miles and I don't know, you submit your time or whatever. So, a local therapy organization, dog therapy organization, or animal assisted therapy, they did a virtual 5K, and Molly and I made it a point to. Really, I just said I'm going to go at her speed, but we're going to go slow as hell. And so our time, I don't even know the time, but a month later, whenever they got all the results in, they did this live Facebook video. They were announcing all the winners in the different groups and all. And the very last category was the slowest dog. And sure enough, homegirl holds up a sign,
Way to go,
says
Molly.
Molly's name right on it. It's on my fridge. And like, hold that to heart.
Nice.
We're actually 2
Fire.
for 2 slowest. Well, we won a virtual 5K because we were the only ones I think that entered as a male or something like that. But yeah, we got some
Nice.
medals up in here.
Some ribbons.
We got medals.
Sick.
We got medals.
Yeah,
Oh.
very nice, very nice. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome or welcome back. It's Totally Biased Music. It's Blake, Trey, and Anthony. I don't have my Apple Music intro ready, so give me a second. Today we are doing. We did the first episode of the It TV show, Welcome to Derry. That was our viewing. That was Anthony's, and then we are doing Snipe Hunter by Tyler Childers. So. Brief intro. Tyler Childers has never been one to play it safe, crafting traditionally informed, bluegrass-tinged country music with an expansive sense of what the genre can be. On his 7th full-length studio album from Lawrence County, Kentucky, native Childers goes even bigger and bolder, recruiting super producer and noted spiritual seeker Rick Rubin to helm a kaleidoscope collection of wild, weird songs. So this was Trey's pick. He landed on country, and Trey knows I'm an avid fan of Rick Rubin.
I was
So-
really hoping
Joke
you
or is
didn't
that
find that
serious?
out. I was hoping you didn't find that out until after you've already made your selections and listened to the album. So I'm curious. That was my first question, actually.
I already knew because I saw they say it somewhere on the Spotify listing that it's it's a Rick Rubin produced. And yeah, Anthony is a joke. I can't stand Rick Rubin.
Okay.
I don't think he does
Yeah,
anything.
he,
I don't
like-
think he's talented, and I think he's super fucking pretentious.
But he doesn't
and annoying.
hate his product. He's not like, oh, I think
not
Rick
a fan
Rubin's
of the
albums
guy.
are bad. He just doesn't like Rick Rubin as a
Yeah,
person,
I just don't
right?
like Rick. Yeah. I just don't like Rick Rubin. I don't like his whole. I don't like his shtick, basically, and I don't like
There's
that
a lot of shtick.
Yeah, and he's openly been like
he does have a lot of shtick,
and he's openly been like, I don't really do anything. Like he's just kind of like a vibe curator, which like
he's a vibes guy.
yeah, whatever, man, whatever he is.
As a fellow vibes guy, I have to love Rick Rubin.
Right? Yeah,
Like I really don't bring that much to the table at work. Like I'm just kind of there.
That's
like,
also
keep
how I am at work. Actually,
you know.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
If
it's
you
like
could throw in your 2 cents here and there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." You know, I mean, like that's a solid seat to be in. You know, and he's kind of earned it.
He is famously the one who, for 99 Problems, he's the one that told Jay-Z to start the song with no music and bring in the instrumental like on the drop. So. Credit where credit is due. That was a good
What's
move.
the line? You know, I feel bad for you, son.
Yeah, I got 99 problems and a bitch, and then it comes in.
Hit me.
Yeah. You just heard the music in your head.
I mean, it's exactly. That's all Rick Rubin. I mean, I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole debating Rick Rubin's pros and cons, but I will say like he works with a ton of really good artists. Oftentimes they do some of their best work when they work with him. Like I think there is something to be said about him like setting his vibe right in Shangri-La. And I think that's the case with this album. I think this is arguably Tyler Childers' best studio effort. I think it kind of goes all over the place as far as like different styles of country or bluegrass. There's even some jam in there at certain points. I think some like kind of southern, almost like Widespread Panic type jam. I am really curious how both of you responded to this and how you felt about it, because a lot of times I kind of know, but Blake, I know you kind of been a little bit more on your country grind. Anthony, not so much, but you do like typically like different type of things. So, yeah, I'm curious. I love this album. I like listened to it for the first time like the day that it came out. It was like a surprise drop situation, or maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. But I was like in the middle of a Widespread Panic run for my cousin's bachelor party, so it kind of hit at the perfect time. I was already in that good old boy. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'll shut up now and let y'all kind of talk a little more.
Blake, you wanna go?
I'll let Anthony. No, Anthony, you lead us off. I'm figuring out some audio stuff with my laptop. I'm on my big comfy chair with my new microphone, so I'm on my laptop.
Chase Lounge.
Yeah, my Shays Lounge, which I haven't used the any Shays Lounge. Please sponsor us.
Please.
Is it Shays or is it Chase?
It's Shays Lounge.
Shay.
It's a French word. Means chair.
I prefer for it to be Trey's Lounge if it's going to be that close.
I feel that. Hey, anyway, Anthony, what do you think?
All right, so I had two very distinctly different experiences listening to this album. So I listened to it, admittedly, yesterday for the first time, and I don't know a lot of Tyler Childers. I know y'all did. What's it? Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven or something? I think.
Yeah, Trey and
back
Christian
in the day,
did that one.
Oh, Trey and Christian did that one. So that was way back when. And then, so I might have listened to it at that point, but it was so long. That's like a 3-disc kind of journey of an album.
Yeah.
So
it's a whole thing.
But at least at that point, I knew he did different styles. So when I listened to this album the first time, I really didn't like it at all. I'm like, I don't know what he's going for in this. What is he telling me? I had no clue. And then about 3 hours ago, I sat down and I was like, all right, I'm going to look into this album and see if I'm missing something. And I missed everything the first go around, So the second time I listened to it, reading lyrics and kind of just reading into, there's a great GQ article interviewing Tyler Childers about this album, but it opened everything for me about this album while I was listening to it. So very much a different experience the second time, and had a lot more appreciation for the shit he was trying and the ways he was trying to bring in two different worlds of music, really, from this kind of hillbilly mountain music to this Eastern influences too. And there's, I don't think Rick Rubin had a lot of influence on that, but it does sound great all the way through. Like it has different styles and fidelity that works for me and doesn't in others. But I really enjoyed it the second time. But it just really goes to say a second listen changed my whole opinion on this, and him as a whole, honestly, because I don't know a lot about him.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
As far as you bring up the fidelity, I do want to point out, like, there's a lot of different times where like different instruments, like his voice sounds like under these different, like almost he's like in different rooms, right? Like he's like it's like echoey, or like it'll be really like, like direct. And I think a lot of times throughout the album, that's exactly what he's going for. Whether you like it or not, that's a different thing. But it's kind of like, I'm bringing up something that I know Blake hates. Tyler, the creator, made an album called Cherry Bomb. And for whatever reason, he decided to make it sound terrible. Like he made it like, so it was like, it would hit in your car better. And like, it just sounded really bad. And like, that's what he was trying to do. And it worked, but it wasn't great. I think that happens sometimes with Tyler Childers on this album. I think sometimes he's doing some weird shit and it sounds fucking awesome.
Right.
So yeah, with that, I'll pass it over to you.
Lay down, Riley. Sorry.
Blake. And Riley.
And Riley. He wanted to be a part of the pod. He was begging. He said he's really into Whittle Wayne and other rappers, and he wants to share his opinion.
And things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I gotta say that this album, like, I've used this term before, but I'm so whelmed. I'm so whelmed by this album. I'm not overwhelmed and I'm not underwhelmed. I'm somewhere in between, and I can't determine. Like, there's some things vocally. Like, I think Tyler Childers musically he's a great musician, right? I think he has earned his fame. I think he's a great songwriter, but man, sometimes just his singing and his voice, like, man, there's just parts where it just does not do it to me. And I'll talk a little bit about it in my bottom songs. And I gotta say, man, like, this is gonna really piss people off, but I have to say this. At what point, like, are you kind of treading into Marcus Mumford territory with some of these songs? Like one single guitar that you strum lightly, and you kind of you kind of howl whine.
Let's be
like,
realistic
you kind of
here.
howl whine through some of these songs. Like, you're kind of going for the same
One of these
vibe.
things is not like the other.
You kind of dress like him. Like, I don't know, bro.
He doesn't dress anything like him.
I'm just saying we're kind of reverting back to Marcus Mumford territory here. I'm not saying we're there yet. I'm just saying, let's tread lightly. There's two paths in front of you, Tyler Childers, and one of them you don't want to go down, my friend. That is what I'll say.
I don't think that's a path in front of him, but
I
will.
You don't get,
Marcus Mumford is a fucking stretch.
But you don't get Marcus Mumford vibes from Nose on the Grindstone. Like,
no, I love that song.
I do too.
That song's like,
I think it's a great song, but like, Marcus Mumford has good songs. He has good solo songs. He just ran his
like
course.
the only song like that.
Hey,
truly,
I've never listened to Marcus Mumford. Yeah, it's the only song that's like that. A, B, I've never listened to a Marcus Mumford solo song, so I can't say that he does or does not have good songs.
So you don't know if it's an insult or a compliment. You just assumed it was an insult.
The general Marcus Mumford vibe is an insult.
Well, I know Blake's throwing an insult out there.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I really like. I love Tyler Childers, like, live albums. I think they're great. I think his early stuff is great. I do think that there is a sect of country fans that think that they're better country fans for only listening to Tyler Childers. Like, they think they're like the superior country fan, which I'm not saying is wrong.
That's a thing.
But it is kind of annoying, right? Like, I get it. You listen to the superior country guy. Like, your palate is a lot more advanced than the rest of us. But I'm not going to hold that against Tyler. I'm not doing that today. I'm not going to pull the tipper. I'm going to put the fan base by the wayside, and just enjoy it for what it is. But that's my thoughts.
There is that fan base. It's like, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's like Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson,
yep,
and like there's like another third or fourth, like like Maggie Rogers or some shit. Like, I know it is. It's fucking. It's like something? Not Casey Musgraves, Sierra Farrell.
Yeah.
No, Morgan Wallen's a piece of shit. He's on a whole other spectrum.
I have a problem in my head of looping those three in as one person that is a piece of shit, but apparently two of them are not. So, okay.
Two of them pretty cool guys.
Yeah, okay.
Morgan Wallen, huge scumbag.
Yeah, not a cool guy.
Before
But
we go into top, go ahead, Blake. I don't want
I
to
was gonna
steal.
say I'll get more in like my opinion may make more sense when we just get into bottom and top tracks, but
Okay.
I'm not saying it is a bad or a great album. You know, we'll see as this progresses. But what were you gonna say, Anthony?
You're
So
whelmed.
I was gonna say just before we go into top tracks, can we talk about the album title real quick?
Oh
Snipe
yeah,
hunting.
explain this
So
to
Yeah,
us.
you want to
so
talk about this?
okay. So the concept of snipe hunting. Have either of y'all gone snipe hunting before, or is anyone taking you?
No,
You mean like an actual snipe hunting or like the gag?
The gag is the gag. It's all about the gag. So Blake, you've never heard about this before.
no.
Okay, so snipe hunting, and this is a spoiler for anyone out there planning on doing this or having it done to them. So the idea of snipe hunting is you grab, if you're like a party, and you just grab a person or you just say, hey, does anyone want to go snipe hunting? And if somebody asks, what are you talking about? Then that's the bait right there. So the act of snipe hunting is you bring them out into the woods with random. You could use a flashlight, a bucket, and you tell them, just make as much noise as possible and look in the bushes, and you'll see something. Then go get it, right? But it's not a real creature, so you just leave them out in the woods and ditch them, and wait for them to get back. And that's the gag. Yeah, that's the gag. And
This seems like something you did a lot as a
I
child.
was a part of both sides of it. But I
Okay.
think the oldest that we were the last time we did it was probably in middle school. And we had a big football player who was legitimately like the scariest guy on the football field who had no idea what we were talking about. And sent him with a buddy out into the woods. And we left him. And yeah, they weren't super angry coming back, but it was everyone was kind of like, oh shit, was that a good idea or not?
What did they say when they came back? Were they like, "Yo, we didn't find anything. Like, was
Yeah,
this a
that's what they
bit?
did.
Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck was happening?"
he had. Yeah, they were still on the mission, But then we kind of let him know it's kind of a joke, but we ease him into the idea. But he was a good sport, and more times than not, they should be good sports, right? But the concept,
Yeah.
concept connected to this album is like this searching endlessly, kind of this metaphor of somebody who's just on a journey, right? Because this album truly does that, and towards the last half goes almost full Eastern, but with this gospel hybrid. So I mean, there's a lot to dig into this that I, again, with a shallow listening, had no idea. Right over my head. But Blake, I think you find yourself in the middle, you might grab a shovel and keep going. I
Yeah,
think you might find something, man.
true. Maybe I'll go snipe hunting. That would be funny if somebody did that to me until I run into Pennywise out there and
Yeah.
I get murdered.
Dude, I'm so fucking mad at y'all for making me watch this shit. We'll get there,
Oh
but
man,
like,
really?
I get either you said it and I didn't pick up on it. I didn't realize this was an it thing, or yeah, I didn't know.
You didn't know
So
it was a
I got
horror thing?
this.
What did you think it was?
No, I don't know, man. It sounded kind of jolly, like welcome to Derry.
Bro,
Like I love Derry. I
there's
love ice cream. I love cheese. Like I
I'm
love
like
welcoming parties.
90% positive. If somebody go back and listen to the end of the last episode, because I'm pretty sure Trey says, let's just do the It TV show. I'm like 90.
I think you might be. I think you might be right, but I forgot in the interim.
show.
I've forgotten. This brain's got holes in it, my
I
friend.
feel that. Okay, let's get
This
into
size
top
of
tracks.
quarters.
Trey, you can lead us off.
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. So I got a handful of honorable. It looks like y'all just hugged right there. You both went like to the same side. And I
Nice.
feel like you were teaming up against me. All right. So I got a couple honorable mentions. One is Getting to the Bottom, which is this awesome little ripper, kind of judgmental track about your buddies all being out and getting fucked up, drinking a bunch, and he implies some pretty heavy cocaine use as well. Which I think is like, first off, there are very few writers in music in general, not even just country music, that have such great skill at like painting a picture. Like the way he says, like, did their liver scream for water and their brains about to swell through the soft part of their temple like that when they while they grind their teeth like hell? Are they talking over each other? Leaving near a stone unturned, getting to the bottom of an angst hard fought to learn. And like just like the imagery of like what's actually happening in your brain when people are getting like fucked up and stuff is like really funny. A, B, it's like accurate for people that are partying, and C, like I think he's been sober for a while. And so I think his like whole kind of like being like, hey, like I never want to feel like this again. Like also the way that he describes a hangover is wildly accurate about like people being in your head arguing
Oh
and
my God, so true.
yeah, and like possessed with evil. Like, hold on, let me find it really quick. It's like
Like, get this
feel
fucking
like my head's a
arguing.
house with a roommate moving in who's insistently talking, never slowing down, possessed with evil or just burn it to the ground. Because as we've gotten older, man, those hangovers, they really don't feel so good no more.
Oh my God,
Um,
so bad.
yeah, yeah. So I like that. I think it's interesting. I've definitely like felt that way thinking about other people being out before, and then obviously eventually I kind of do the same. But so I got that one as an honorable mention. I also have Nose on the Grindstone as an honorable mention. That song's been out for a while, but it's been the live version. So this is like the first studio version. I really like kind of what they did with it as far as like polishing it up, but didn't want to throw it on my top 3 just because it has kind of been out for a while. But the first listen through, I was like, oh, this is fun. Like this sounds really good. And it's like kind of right in the middle of this album. Number 3, I have the Tithriatra track at the end, which is that track at the end about like Taoism and
Dharma.
Hinduism and just East and Dharma and Eastern religion. I can't say that I've heard, and I'm sure it's happened before on a less popular scale, but can't say I've heard Eastern European, or excuse me, Eastern religion like influence in country music before, especially something that's just so like direct, like talking about the Bhagavad Gita. Can't ever pronounce that word right, but I read it in college. Yeah, thank you. And Dharma and things of that nature. So that's really cool. So I really like that track. I also think it sounds really good. And then number 2, I have Oneida, or however you pronounce that word. Love a little ballad, and like this man's just yearning for this girl to come sing these songs with him.
Did
It's
you
also like
notice
almost like
something about her though?
what about her?
She's an older woman. It is an older
Oh,
woman who
yeah,
is
yeah,
singing
yeah. It's
about.
like I know yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
respect.
You really
Nice.
liked that part, didn't you, fella?
Yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah, she was older and she's British and black and yeah, she
Yeah.
was great.
He was right on target. He was singing right to me, bro.
Yeah, I know. Um, yeah. So I love the song. It's like a little waltz type of tune too. Like I could see this being a nice little slow song at a wedding or something. Maybe my friend's wedding who might be getting engaged soon has to have a bachelor party in Vegas.
True.
So
One that
and
we've
third
already
track,
planned.
well, yeah, exactly. And then my number one track is Biting. Number one track is Biting List. We're gonna do a little 2025 recap in the future. And this will probably be like one of my favorite songs of the year. I think it's fucking fantastic. Like to put it plain, I just don't like you, not a single little thing you is. Never comes time that I got rabies, you're high on my biting list. Like that's the best like go fuck yourself line I think I've ever heard. It's amazing. Yeah, those are my top 3 with a couple honorable mentions.
Hell yeah. Anthony, what do you got?
So I had Nose to the Grindstone as my favorite track on this album. I did find out that it had been released, prior to this album coming out. So I felt the same way that I'm like, damn, maybe I shouldn't put it up there. So I just got that out of the way. The song's fucking incredible,
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Great song.
And okay, so into my top tracks. Number 3, I have Watch Out. Watch Out is an interesting song because it's like he's giving advice to people out in the wilderness, like stick your hand in there, you better watch out, copperheads everywhere. If you're walking through the woods, whistle a tune or you wake the mama bear. And then he does something interesting where he's talking about foraging for mushrooms. Last part of this track where he starts talking about oysters, or at least that's my interpretation of, oyster-like mushrooms. But
Well, there's oyster mushrooms.
That's what I meant, in a sense of like, make sure you pick them, on a tree that's ripe versus a rotten tree or something along those lines. But really like that song. It's got a nice little synth going on in the background that I dug too. Number 2 track is Cutting Teeth. For me, I wrote this is like the sad country swing song, and there's a part towards middle-ish to the end where he's kind of talking, but it's given mad Johnny Cash vibes, like just the Man in Black. I'm just gonna talk to you for a second while the song's going, and I like that touch. There was a couple songs on here that gave me, Hank Jr. vibes and Johnny Cash vibes and Waylon Jennings vibes. So I'm like, he's not copping them, but I feel like it's what should be done in these kind of tracks. Um, so it brings me to number one track, and that is Poachers. Uh, it's another kind of song along the lines of like Watch Out, where he's kind of giving advice and stuff like fuck, make sure your license is in check or they might fuck you over. But about a minute into this song, it kind of really slows down, and you hear these kind of maracas in the background, and then you hear the drums, and then it kind of builds into this almost like fusion symphony of Eastern and bluegrass almost, you know. There's a harmonica and accordion and all this interesting musicians going on. So, and I also wrote that's like the campfire song on this track to me, or campfire song on this album, where like you could be sitting around and you start a song or you start tapping your foot and then other people join in and then it just becomes a symphony of its own. So yeah, so Poachers is my number one track.
Nice. I aligned with Trey in a lot of this, so I had Anita on there. Yeah, I mean, great song. You know, falling in love, older woman. He doesn't understand the movie she's referencing. He's too young, you know. And I don't know how young Tyler Childers is. Like, I don't know how old this woman is. Maybe in her 60s.
Has that ever happened to you? I'm just curious. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah, tons of times. You know, because I'm
Yeah.
so much younger than you and everybody I associate with, and you know everybody.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Right.
But I do love I love his voice in this song. I love his singing. I love the tempo, and I do love it's much more of a simplistic track compared to a lot of the tracks on this record. So I really like that song. And then I also had Bite and List on here because how fucking funny is this song, man? What a great way to
It's
express that
amazing.
you hate somebody. Like I've never heard somebody explain it like this. Here's the best part of the song. I'd want to kiss my wife, I'd want to hug my baby, but when my goodbyes are through, foaming at the mouth, high in the hackles, motherfucker, I'm coming for you. It is like
It's sick.
so good, dude. Like I love finding new ways to express my dissatisfaction with things and people, and this is up there. This is what are
Mhm.
they? Is this a simile, or is this what is this
Song?
reference? No, like when you're
What do you
like,
mean?
Like a metaphor?
yeah, a metaphor. Is it like a metaphor? Is this considered a metaphor? I
Yeah,
wasn't
this would be a metaphor.
okay.
A simile has an if statement.
As if it's like an as if
As
statement.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So not a simile. My English teachers would be
Yeah.
very upset with me. And then my top track on the album was "Nose on the Grindstone." I think, I'm pretty sure Marcus Mumford co-wrote this, but that's okay.
It's not
It
so
works.
done with you.
I think it's a beautiful song. I love the simplicity of it. I love his voice in this song. Here's one of the times where the kind of scream whining thing works. It works well, and I enjoy it. You feel the pain, you feel the emotion, and this is what country music is about right here. It's about nose on the
Every day
grindstone.
you inch closer and closer to Pine Grove.
It's
Every day.
this is what it's about. You know, it's like I've referenced this before, but it's like the episode of American Dad where Roger thinks he can be a country artist, and Haley he goes up there and he gets shit thrown at him, and Haley says, "You can't just make up country music. It comes from years of pain and experience and emotion, like, and you don't have that. That's what you hear on Nose on the Grindstone, just years of experience and passion. And man, he nails it, absolutely kills it. So great song by the old T Childies there on that one. But that's all I had. You want to go to bottoms?
Wow.
Or you have
You
any
nailed
thoughts
that.
on
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Before we move on to bottoms, before we move on to bottoms, I do want to talk about something that you just said there and like why people feel like they're better country music fans when they listen to things like this versus your more like pop country. Because like that's, and I'm not saying that I'm one of those people because I mean, I'm a better music fan than everyone. It doesn't matter what you listen to.
True.
I'm the best.
Doesn't
So,
matter the genre.
you know, yeah, it doesn't matter the genre. This isn't a genre specific pretension.
Right.
But like people like Tyler Childers and people like Sturgill Simpson and people like Sarah Farrell and Casey Musgraves, like
Billy
they're
Strings.
giving people almost Billy Strings. They're giving people permission to love country music, like and love the sound because it's coming from a legitimate place of passion and honesty. Whereas for years and years, we've had people just run through the Nashville and the LA like country little square form. They're like, okay, we're going to take this person. They got an okay voice, give them 3 chords, and here's their songwriters, and pump them out and pump out their shit. And so everyone's like, oh, country music is trash, because it's been pretty terrible for a long time. But I think there has been this general revitalization of these artists that looked back and looked at your Hank Williams and your Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash and John Prine and all those guys. And they were like, oh, this genre is really very just about storytelling and being honest and talking about how much you hate someone so much that if you got rabies, they'd be the first motherfucker that you go find, you bite their ass. Sure. That. It's really cool to see as someone who's grown up in the South and, obviously moved or left or whatever. Not really. But you know what I mean? It's sick. Yeah. I like new country music in this way.
Authenticity. Authenticity. It bleeds
so
through.
Anyway,
yeah. Very
exactly. True. So let's shit on it. All right. So my low points, and I'm going to start off with my number one low point. We talk all the time about songs setting a tone for an album, like the first track. And man, let me tell you something. Eating Big Time is not very good. You almost had, every time I went back to re-listen to this over the last week or so, I would skip it. It's just, his this is where yelling goes bad, I think. And yeah, just really, really did not enjoy that track. There's 2 others that I don't necessarily love, but it's more so like Watch Out for me. I like the lyrics behind it, but for some reason, the sound of that steel guitar, that just kind of looped so much, it kind of got a little repetitive and annoying for me. But I do like the lyrics. And then Tomcat and a Dandy. Just wasn't just this was more so the whole coming off of Tithriyatra and doing the Hare Krishna chant. I like that as a concept, but it just felt really out of place and just kind of weird. I don't necessarily dislike the whole song, but that little I wish that would have been included on that actual track, not a whole second track. Just have the chanting included at the end there. So yeah, those are my bottom 3.
I feel that. Anthony?
All right, so what did you call it? That number one low point, Trey? My number one low point was Biting List, and here's why.
Oh no.
He doesn't hate people like we do.
It's the only hate song, but that's not why I hate it. I really hate it because it gives me so much Cotton Eye Joe vibes. It's so fast.
What?
And it's a fast and in your face hillbilly song, and and it's all about hate, and it doesn't jive with me. But I get it. I get its place.
It's also about biting, which you've kind of dedicated your whole life to preventing.
Yeah, you're right on about that. Yeah. Also, make sure you're up to date on your rabies vaccines out there, people.
I'm still blaming Cotton Eye Joe for not being married, to be honest.
Not being married?
Yeah. If it weren't for him, a long time ago would have happened.
I really didn't know that's what that song was about until recently.
What did you think it was about? I don't know what
the song's about at all.
I didn't know it was about that, but we're in the woods. It's so weird you just brought that up.
What is
we were just
about?
In the wood. It's about a guy. He didn't get married or something. Blake, run it.
Yeah.
Did he kill his wife?
No.
If it hadn't been
he's been waiting to get married.
I'd be married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe fucked that guy's wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Or fucked his girlfriend, I guess.
He stole his bitch. He slid on his bitch low key. On God.
Low key.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's what that song's about.
I've never critically thought about Cotton Eye Joe, the song, because I've probably literally been mesmerized since I was in 6th grade watching girls dance to that song. Do you guys remember that song when it would come on school?
Yeah.
Of
course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Zach Courtney brought this up the other day.
Did he really?
It's a banger. Not musically, but
he really did.
Physically.
Less than 2 weeks ago when we were out and we were in the Olympic National Park, and he said something about, and I was like, wait, that's what that song's about? So weird to have that happen twice within 2 weeks and 2 separate occasions.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, Anthony, what's your next
second low point on this album is Down Under. I like the concept of the song. I don't like the musical aspect of the song, but a hilarious song, I think. It's also long as fuck. I feel because the end is kind of cool. The didgeridoo kind of hybrid closing part of that track is really interesting. But if they could have done 2 minutes of that, or 2 minutes of the song totally, that would have been perfect for me, and I wouldn't even be talking about it. But hilarious song. Number three, and only because the fidelity of this song is not pleasing to my ears at all, is Snipe Hunt. I mean, it has this, I don't know musically what you would call it, but like King Gizzard does it, where it's just fuzz, like sounding fuzz. And sometimes you can do it well, but this song, it just does not do it for me.
Very fair.
Fair.
So
All right, Blake.
also,
Do your worst.
I also had Eaten Big Time. Dude, holy fuck. I was real scared for this album. Like, my God,
That's
I was
fair.
already like very displeased with the song, and then he started doing that scream fucking whining thing. I had like a visceral, I literally was like, ugh. Like, it was so like bad. I just like, it's like, oh my God, like just fucking turn this off. Like, I just went to the next song, was like, shit, I hope the rest of them aren't like this, man. Like, I just, man, it's bad.
Yeah, and I get the have you ever held $1,000 fucking? Like, I get that it's like sarcastic and like ironic and or whatever, but it just sounds so terrible.
God,
like it just sounds like a guy who's like screaming like, do you know who my dad is? And like, I understand his intention isn't that, but like that's what it reminds me of,
And then I grouped two songs together so they give off the same energy, and that's Watch Out and Down Under. And basically for the same reasons that Anthony said. Like, they're like, I don't know, it's like some weird upbeat energy that like doesn't work. It almost sounds like Watch Out kind of sounds like a pop country song almost, and then like Down Under sounds like, I don't know what Down Under is supposed to be. Like, it kind of sounds like a fucking Hootie and the Blowfish song maybe. I don't know. It's not, it doesn't, to me it doesn't fit, and I just do not like it. So those two together, like, I was like, let's wrap this shit up. But I will say, like, the album as a whole, I think my thing was like, there were songs that I liked and songs that I disliked, but the reason I was whelmed is because like I didn't have an over the top like love or dislike for any of the songs. Like Nose on the Grindstone I love, but everything else, it's like the good songs I'm like, yeah, they're good. The bad songs I'm like, not a huge fan of those, but there's not enough to like push me to be like, this is a phenomenal album. This song is so good, I want to listen to it again, and I don't know, maybe that'll come with more re-listens or certain moods. We're going into winter, and like country's normally my summertime vibe, so maybe I revisit it. It starts to warm up. Not that it ever cooled down here, but once it does eventually and then warms back up, then maybe I'll give it another shot. But that was kind of like my opinion on the album as a whole. Does that make sense? Does anybody else pick up what I'm putting down?
I think that's fair. I think some of these songs might kind of maybe do what happened with Anthony with his second listen with you, just in general. Like if you kind of kept pumping these a little bit, I think you'd probably start enjoying some of them a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I still think like that's fair. There's some songs on here that aren't like absolutely amazing. I like it a lot, but I also like listen to a lot of Tyler Childers.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
his voice and some of the things that I think annoy you.
No.
I don't. Yeah, I'm better than you.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool.
But I think something that I think just is like an asterisk on this album is like I've never heard these sounds blended like this. I mean, when you've got a choir singing with the Indian chant kind of vocalization happening, I mean, it's very ingenious. A lot of this album, being that it hasn't been done, and he's very passionate about it. So I mean, that's what did it for me. Is just I don't love it, but like there's something to this, and I think it probably is going to inspire a lot of people, hopefully, to just continue blending and being creative.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got two rankings here, so let's take a guess. We got Rolling Stone first, out of 5. Trey, what do you think?
Rolling Stone gave it a 4.
I'll say 4.5.
They gave it a 4.5. They were big fans.
Wow, way to go, Anthony.
Okay.
And then
there's something bigger with this.
Then Pitchfork out of 10.
Pitchfork gave it an 8. I'm just going to double my Rolling Stone.
I'm going 7.
Hold on. I'm about 8. I'm going to bump mine to 8.5 because I feel like they really love him in general.
They gave him a 7.8. On
Oh,
his newest album, the idiosyncratic country star doles out advice, eats what he kills, and takes a trip to India. It's his first record with no agenda in mind, they say. So yeah, there
Huh.
you go. Let's get into personal
Way to go,
rankings. Trey,
Pitchfork.
what do you got?
I'm going to give it an 8.5. I really enjoy this record. I think Tyler Childers is a very special artist. I think we'll probably see him continue to do some pretty big things over our lifetime. Also, before we move on, our boy Billy Strings did cover Biting List on Halloween this past
Nice.
year because they were doing like a monster theme, and so like the last quarter of it was werewolf,
I
and so
dig
yeah, he
that.
did that, and
That's
then he
very
did
cool.
werewolves in London. So yeah, but I'm gonna give it 8.5 final answer. Thank you
All
for
right,
asking.
Anthony.
I recently saw Billy Strings. I don't think we talked about it, and I won't spend any time on it, but I did want to mention that I did see him, and it was fucking great. But I will give this an 8.0. Solid 8.
Wow.
That's pretty high. That's not what I saw
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for what I've already said, I mean, I think this album there's a lot to it, and I think the more you unpack it, the more appreciation I've gotten for it. Do I love a lot of it? No. Am I probably going to listen to it again? Not really, but like I think just generally it's a solid piece of art. Yeah, that changes you in different ways.
I feel
That's a
that.
high rating for something you think you might not listen to again. That's pretty cool.
True. Um,
All right, Blake.
I will give it for the time being, which I still think we need to introduce a TBM revisit segment.
Revisit.
Yeah, where we do like a 20-minute segment where we go back. I'm going to give it a 6 right now. 6.0. Because it's just like, it's a little above middle of the road. And I think anything lower than a 6 means it's a bad album, and it's not a bad album. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's fair. I do like the idea of a revisit.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we
think
do it
that'd
like
be cool.
quarterly or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
let's get into Rides or Dies. I'm going to lead us off because I picked this for a very specific reason. So this song is Ali Boombaye, and it is by The Game and 2 Chainz and Rick Ross. And the reason I picked this song, hang on, I'm going to pull it up, is because first off, I was struck by our conversation about 2 Chainz the other day because we all were riding high on 2 Chainz and we enjoyed the song with 2 Chainz. And Trey said that he actually really likes 2 Chainz and that he sometimes pops off, which I think he does in this song. We also had a discussion
He
not
does.
too long ago about The Game, and we were all like, what the fuck has The Game been up to, man? Like, what's he doing with his life? Where is he? Whatever happened to him? And so I was like, you know what? Let me bring a song from The Game so everybody remembers that he used to be out here, indeed. And yeah, this song is just a banger, man. It just gets me really hyped. It's the perfect gym song. Like, it really is such a great gym song. I listen to it all the time when I'm getting my gains and pumping iron, which I do regularly. Um,
Hell yeah, bro.
gym memberships, please sponsor us. So what do you guys what do you guys think of Ali Blue by A? Trey, what do you got?
Let Anthony take this away because I'm pulling up some lyrics really quick.
Okay, well, I was trying to figure out. So this song came out in 2012, and the last game, like if you would have told me what was the last thing you listened to by the Game, the first thing that comes to my head is the Red album,
Yeah,
and that's a year before this, and I would have tapped out by 2012. So I'd never heard this song. I've heard people say this all the time, and I've heard it in passing or in references or whatever, but hadn't heard the song before. And I like it. I don't dislike it. I like the idea of rapping back and forth. Yeah, I've mentioned that before on the podcast, but the production behind this is for 2012. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, sick beats in the background, a little twinkle with a 808. So, yeah, fire song.
nice. You know what Ali Boom by A means?
Yes, I looked it up. It's
Okay, nice.
like the calling card Ali and Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it means Ali kill
Fire.
him.
kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, Ali kill him.
Yeah.
Trey?
I think we need to have a rule that you're not allowed to bring a track that just like so obviously rides. Because I mean,
Has to be more on the fence.
yeah, you got to be a little more on the fence because this is just too heat. I mean, I was like, oh, I think I remember this song like when you sent it, and then I listened earlier. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. I wish I would have listened to it an hour earlier when I was in the gym pumping some iron, getting my gains
Nice, respect.
on. But Yeah, I do just want to call out the intro line here that the game says, and he says, "You mad because your daughter fuck with me on spring break? Well, I'm a fucker till the springs break." Like
Oh,
that's
good.
just
A little aggressive.
too hard, a little aggressive, but damn, that's hard.
It's so
Like,
hard. I also
can
love
you
the
imagine a
line.
man coming up and saying that to you?
I also
What?
love the line right before it where he says, I don't remember what car he's talking about, but he's like,
Yeah,
cost
Phantom
300, yeah, cost 300, that one I blow endo in
blow
it. Like, so fucking
it.
clean, man. Absolute banger.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yep,
All
it's
right,
great.
Anthony, you're more in
Uh,
line with what we listened to this week. So
yeah, I
what are you?
try
Yeah,
to stay
I
on
like that.
theme. So, well,
Hmm.
Brock Butler just came out with a new album as a band project, the Brock Butler Band, and the album's self-titled. And this song is fucking great. It's- I think Trey might have mentioned it earlier, but when our Spotify rap comes out, this one I guarantee will be played a lot or up on my list. I love it. It's called Smile Again. It features him and another female vocalist, and I think it's a beautiful blend. And Brock Butler, if you haven't listened to his solo work, it's a little dated because he's only has two albums, this one and a previous one that I think was around 2011, give or take. I'm not sure, but it's incredible. I love his music and I love his writing, and yeah, so this album totally does it for me. And wanted to see what y'all thought of this song.
I love the fact that it so perfectly fits our theme for the week with this Tyler Childers album, and I think it's really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I went into it right after finishing the Tyler Childers album, so it was like a nice,
It's a
smooth
reprieve.
transition. Yeah, yeah, nice smooth transition there. Never heard of. Wait, is it individual or a group? It's a group.
So it's a group. Brock Butler is the lead singer of P Groove, Perpetual Groove. I should have mentioned that. But yeah, so
Okay,
this is a group. It's a band, but it's all his writing, his songwriting.
okay, yeah. Didn't know that. Had never heard of him, but yeah, hard rides for me for sure. Trey.
So this song's kind of weird for me. It's like when you see your teacher when you're like in fourth grade out in public, and it's like this isn't right. Like you're not in school. Like the way that like there's no like the P groove that I'm used to, and like kind of a bit more of like the more electronic or like a little more instrumental, a little bit quicker pace. It doesn't exist here. I think I would like this because I do generally like this type of music. I think I'd like it if I listened to the album, gave like it a little bit more time, but it was just weird. It was like trying on pants that clearly didn't fit you. I don't know.
Did
It
you
was just like
expect like
it
synths
just
and stuff?
I didn't expect necessarily synths, but I didn't expect that. Like I expected something a little bit more like energetic, probably. So I mean, I
What
didn't
you
know
mean?
that he had a solo album. I really like P Groove. I really like Brock Butler. I love his singing voice. Typically, this just felt weird for me. So for that reason, it does die,
Okay. Well,
Fair.
you
unfortunately.
got there. That's all right.
But it dies with prejudice, I guess, or with honor. I don't know how to put it. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Trey hit us with a lot of metaphors with that one, or
Yeah,
symbols.
I was
Still not
really
totally
Could
sure.
have went
no
a lot of ways to say he hated that song. Yeah,
no, I didn't. I really didn't hate it. I just it just was sounded weird, man. I don't know. Um,
well,
I
his
think that's a
also this
metaphor.
his music is more dreamy than it is like
Yeah.
just like concrete. Like it has etherealness to the vibe of his music. But yeah, I will find a way to get that album on this podcast one way or another. So be on the lookout.
Sweet. All right,
Okay.
Trey, what'd you bring
Heard.
us?
All right. So the song that I picked was a song, and that song was Earth Tones by 5 a.m.
Is
Right?
it Earth
Yes.
Tones or Earth House? Maybe I'm
Earth
wrong.
tones.
It's
Okay.
Earth tones.
Earth Tones. So 5 a.m. trio, 5 a.m. or 5 a.m. trio, if you're unfamiliar with them, started as one producer, and then kind of has expanded into like a 3-person project now. And the guitar player I know pretty well through like Pretty Lights tour and stuff like that. Really good guy named Keith. And this is their first album that they've put out. I really, really like this album. I was listening to it today. Will probably eventually make an appearance on the pod, hopefully. But this song I loved a lot. I kind of, not to get into the political sphere, but kind of feels a little bit like we're kind of shifting sails, maybe. Might be seeing some
You can hope.
potential.
You can hope for sure.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hope, is
There
what I'm
is.
saying. That's a
There is.
great word for it. And this song kind of has some of those vocal samples that bring about some of that hope as well, I think. And the general instrumentality behind it also has the same thing. Keith has a ripping little guitar part. So yeah, I really like it. What y'all think?
I think that this reminds me a lot of somebody I've heard before, but I don't know who it is. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if it's like, I have like just this memory ingrained in me. It sounds like music that you would hear like late night at a festival, like 2 a.m. and like you stumble into Where in the Woods or
They are called 5 a.m. for a reason,
yeah, you get somewhere like late at night and like your body's just on a perpetual come down and you and the group lay out the tapestry and you're all like mentally not there and this is playing in the background, whether live or somebody's playing it on a speaker or something like that. That's like what I'm getting, and it feels like I've heard this song before, but I know I haven't. But I like the vibe of it and I like the scene it set, so it's a rides for me.
Colorful. Love that.
Thank you. Anthony?
Yeah, this album, I mean, I haven't listened to the whole album. It just came out today, like on the day of us recording. Is that right? So
That's
I'm
correct,
stoked to
yeah.
listen to this whole thing. I do like this song. I like the sample choice that they use in here, and yeah, I'm stoked to dive in. Perhaps after this or around 5 a.m. We'll see.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Love that. Yeah, if you find, I know you're going to search that sample when you find
Already
it. Will you let
found
me
it.
know what
Yeah,
it is?
Charlie Chaplin from The Great Dictator.
Fire.
Now, I thought... Never mind. Never mind. We won't go there. But yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin.
Cool.
Okay, so let's get into it. Welcome to Derry. So this is Anthony's suggestion, and Anthony, how are you liking the show? You've watched all 4 episodes, correct?
I've watched 3. I have not watched... I watched all 3 in a row, and I haven't watched the 4th one yet. So
Okay, all right.
yeah.
So why
let's
did you
find
want to take us down this road?
So I got Stephen King as an option, and I could have gone infinite directions. Now, if I would have redone my pick after thinking about it, I probably would have picked The Long Walk that came out this year, or Pet Cemetery, or something like in that lane, kind of classic lane or really fresh lane. But yeah, I figured we all knew the story of it. I don't know. Had y'all seen, what's y'all's history with it?
I've never seen either movie. I've watched the
This is
first
only
half
thing.
of the first one.
Okay.
And I didn't quit. Sorry. Hey, buddy. And I didn't quit. Or I did quit it. Sorry. I can't think about 2 things at once. Wafer, you got to go sit on the couch, buddy. They're right there for you. Yeah,
So
I didn't finish it, not for any particular reason. I just quit watching it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's my It experience. That's literally the beginning, middle, and end of It.
All right.
So this is a little Blake lore drop for you guys. When I went to jail and I spent a significant time there, I brought the book It with me because it's this fucking big, and I was like, I'm not gonna have anything else to do. I'm in here for an extended period of time. Let me bring a book, and so that is where I read the entire book. So I've read the
Wow.
book and I've watched both of the movies, and I it in the It universe holds a very special place in my heart, which is why I was worried about this because like to me there's Stephen King never really says what it is,
is.
and like to me it's really just
Is it not the clown?
It's
no,
like an
not
entity.
necessarily. Yeah, it's like an entity, like an
Like
immortal
shape.
entity or being, right? Like it just takes forms and shapes, and to me, it's always just been like a presiding. It's a metaphor. Boom, just a metaphor for like just presiding evil that is within the world, right? And like kids can often see that easier and better than adults can, and yeah, I think the book is phenomenal. It's everything with Stephen King is weird, right? It's weird as fuck, and a lot of it, some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. But I think is fantastic, and so I was worried about this. I'm still kind of worried about it We'll get into that in a
Yeah,
little bit, but yeah, I've had a history with it, and I really enjoyed both the movies. I think the second part is
yeah,
great. A lot of people shit on it. I think it's fantastic. I think the first part's way better movie wise. But yeah, I love it. So I was strapped
yeah.
in.
Yeah, so I mean, so Trey, I mean the it in the zeitgeist of entertainment up until this point has been retelling of the same story. So there's a story of the kids in one time period, and then the story of them as adults in another. And
And both
that's
of those stories are in the same book, right? There's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
now
okay.
Blake. Does it go into pre before those kids in the book? Because if
It
I remember, I
talks.
don't think it does a lot.
It talks about Pennywise's, or it talks about its origins essentially
Right,
to a
right.
degree, and they talk a little bit about Hanlon, some characters in the show. They
Okay.
don't. There's not a. They are not basing this off of like a Stephen. I don't know how if they consulted him or what, but it wasn't. They're not basing it off of like a book or writing from Stephen King. They're creating it
Okay.
for the show.
Okay. So that's interesting because there like in the first episode, I mean there are hints to all of its lore within the episode. You know,
Yeah,
I mean the turtle and I feel like they run into a set of kids that are made to represent the kids from the traditional kind of story of Derry.
yeah,
So I'm just interested to dive into the world that they're gonna present us. I'm not in here really to like critique you know whatever they put out. I'm just curious to know how they tell the story or what story they choose to tell. So I mean, people that I've kind of seen talk about it are shitting on the CGI aspect of it, you know. But like in my mind too, like this it entity has had these like real not comical but like abstract approaches to people, if that
yeah,
makes sense. Like the way, I mean, in it, the second release, I guess, Pennywise is real dramatic and real flaily and all this shit,
yeah.
you know. So like that's in here too as you kind of get into it. But I mean, for me, it's not a turnoff. It's just kind of what I come to expect from a story, whether it's based on Stephen King's work or part of it.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it so far.
So did you like the first episode?
Yeah, I really did. I love the idea of in the movie house, like in the movie theater, um, them all kind of coming back, seeing him on the screen, and then all the drama kind of ensues. I really love that. What else did I write? Yeah, I mean, then you have traditional stuff, you know, voices in the pipes and stuff like that. But I had no ties with the military air force kind of government agency that's in this story.
Yeah.
I had no idea that that was going to be a part of it or whatever. So at first I was like, damn, the last thing I really want is government tied in with this story. But as it's playing out, I mean, I'm interested. So
Trey,
we'll see.
what did you
Trey,
think? Did you
how far did
push
you make
through
it?
it?
I watched it. I was terrified. I don't know, man. Like it's just it's this just isn't my thing. But I want to keep watching it. I
You're
mean,
gonna
it's
keep
gonna be my
watching it?
first. Yeah, sure. I mean, if we're gonna keep talking about it, I'm gonna keep watching it. Are we gonna keep talking about it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm down.
Or
we'd
we-
like to.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I liked it enough. It's interesting. I do think the CGI kind of threw me off a little bit. But like that's okay.
If you had a choice, Trey, which Stephen King movie would you have wished in a perfect world I would have picked?
I need to know what Stephen King movies I've actually seen.
Probably seen a fuck
The
ton of
Shining. Have you seen The Shining?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course.
Well, that's
Probably that.
and I didn't want to pick that. You know, like that was the one thing that I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
too easy to go
Let's see.
there.
I'm looking at the most popular Stephen. Oh, The Long Walk. Has anyone
Carrie.
seen The Long Walk yet? Is
I,
it good?
I really
Yeah.
liked it. I really
I haven't
liked
seen
it.
it yet.
Did you?
But it's a
I really
different
like
type-
that idea where they had people in the theater watching it.
Yeah,
Okay, I
that's
watched 1408 recently. I liked that.
I didn't even know that.
That's
was
pretty
Stephen
much
King.
it that I'm seeing so far.
Carrie,
Yeah,
This
Cujo.
motherfucker must have so much money.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I mean, the '80s were just Stephen King doing cocaine and writing fucking insane shit. Like that's literally all he did, dude.
And
The
then-
most terrifying book I have ever read by a wide margin is Pet Cemetery. That book is fucking horrifying. Like there's a episode of Friends where Joey has to take The Shining and put it in the freezer because it scares him so much. That's me with Pet Cemetery. That book is fucked up, dude. The remake, the one that came out recently, it wasn't very good. I think there's an earlier movie that is. Yeah, that book is terrifying. But anyway, so back to the first episode. What the fuck? Spoiler alert for everybody if you're interested in watching it. They fucking kill off like everybody in the main cast immediately. Like, what the fuck was that? I thought this was gonna be the group, and now they're dead. Like, what? What the fuck is going on?
So how far are you into it, Blake?
We only watched the first episode, Amanda and
Okay.
I. She was not happy with that demon birthing scene. She did not like that.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that. Oh
yeah,
God, that was wild. That was wild as fuck. That's a good example too of like the cartoonish element of this entity, you know, is that like it goes in that direction, but it's like you just gotta kind of fucking see it for what it is, which is in my mind that's funny as shit. But like I know it's a traumatizing like scene, but
I was shocked they killed everybody off.
The ending is wild, but I think that's legitimately why I was like, okay, let's keep going, you know. And I didn't know how far we were going to talk about it, so I'm prepared to not spoil anything. But
yeah, here's one thing I don't like though, like that I'm worried about is the fact that the government is searching for him, because like that is very, and I don't know how other Stephen King or It fans like feel about this, but like that's super lore breaking in the sense that like it's always been just the children that know about this thing, like that is affecting them, and it can't get outside of Derry. Like it's a cursed town essentially. So the fact that other people know about it and are searching for it is really fucking weird to me, but I don't know, maybe they'll make it work, you know.
That's I had the exact same like impulse of like this doesn't feel right, but now I can't look away, right? Because I got to know how they kind of bring it home if they do or if they don't.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, before we get into the Wheel of Fate and Time,
shit.
Before we move on for this, I want to let y'all know that Stephen King's had 71 books.
Well, that's what I was going to say. From the 80s, he was making movies. From the 90s to now, everyone is adapting his
3
books.
come out this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sorry,
man.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you guys gave me 2 things to determine whether they're ass or gas. And we're going to start with the first one. So we're going to start with oatmeal. This was Trey's suggestion. Now, this is interesting that Trey chose oatmeal because Amanda and I were at the grocery store this week, and she was like, should I get oats for oatmeal? And then she was like, you don't really eat oatmeal. And I don't typically eat oatmeal, but I want to say that, you know what, Trey, make your case. What do you think? Why did you bring oatmeal?
Yeah. I think that's how. I think first off, this isn't how this segment needs to go. Like, I need to be like, here's the nomination, and here's why the nomination. Okay. And then at that point, you will.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, go on. So I nominated oatmeal because here's why. My sister was asking. She has a crossword every day, and she was like, "Hey, what's a 9-letter word for a breakfast staple?" And I said porridges, and. Then because it is, and so then we were like, can you use multiples in a crossword or not? Blah 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 blah. So, but what I came down to is discovering so all oatmeal is a porridge, but not all porridge is an oatmeal.
Yeah.
Because porridge you can make with any type of grain, whereas oatmeal is specifically an oat. So I thought that was a fun fact. And then I was like, I wonder how Blake feels about oatmeal. Because we'll send each other pictures of our breakfast sandwiches sometimes, you know, and sometimes we'll post pictures on Instagram of like your breakfast. But I've never seen a bowl of oatmeal. And I was like, does this guy does he fucking have an issue with oatmeal? Or is it just not in his typical routine? So anyway, oatmeal. Gas or ass?
Anthony, you want to shed light before I reveal?
Yeah, I will. If you give me oatmeal, I will probably eat oatmeal. But if I'm at a supermarket and I'm looking at this shelf right here and you've got oatmeal over here or you've got grits over here, I'm choosing grits. So I will say, do I have to say if it's gas or ass, or are we...
You don't have to.
I'll leave it up.
But just so you know, grits are also technically a porridge.
Just porridge though. Yeah. Gas.
Okay. Yeah. So there was much deliberation here. I thought about this for a long time, and I was on the fence. And I will say, although I don't eat it regularly, I am giving it the gas title.
The stamp of gas.
The stamp of gas.
That looks like a good looking bowl of oatmeal.
Exactly,
right there.
And that's why. That's what tipped the scale. Like, you can put so much on oatmeal to make it good. You could throw in berries, honey, peanut butter, banana. Like there's so much you can do with oatmeal. I love its diversity. That's kind of what I'm like really like leaning into is how kind of, it fits what you want it to fit. It's a versatile breakfast product. And so for that reason,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with gas.
Hell yeah, love that.
All right. So Anthony, you brought the Dallas
Dallas.
Cowboys. So give us shed
All
some
right,
light on
so
this one.
I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys. All right, so last night I'm playing the great Sam. We've already mentioned Sam on the podcast. I'm playing him in fantasy this week. All right, and I'm up by I think it's like 3.8 points. Okay, 2 minutes left in the game. I'm not watching the game. I'm literally doing something else, and I just check the ticker every now and then. So I'm up by 4 in a game I shouldn't win. And the Cowboys are driving their 4th and 2 on the 5-yard line, I think. And they're going for it. And I see my ticker go 4th and 2 incomplete pass to CeeDee Lamb, who is on Sam's team. He has CeeDee Lamb and he has the Dallas Cowboys kicker. All right. So I don't even know what this play looks like. And then after the game, I end up winning the game because they fail the two on 4th down. And I watched the play. And the play is a walk-in touchdown to CeeDee Lamb that the Cowboys fuck up. So they legitimately fuck up an 8-point play, give or take, for Sam, who would have beat me in the game. So Sam, this one's for you. And about how ass the Cowboys are, because I'm sorry. I know that was hard to watch, buddy.
Dude, let me tell you something. This right here, can you guys see this? This is a crash out of epic
Oh my god,
proportions.
it's amazing. It's like seeing the other side of the story
when
in
he
real time.
lost that game. An epic
God.
crash out, all caps. Look at this. It keeps going. He's circling shit in his fantasy thing. He's scrolling. Look at this. It's still going. And look at my responses. I don't even know how to respond to this guy. I'm just like sending emojis. It was a legendary crash out. And it was compounded by the fact that Sam's fantasy basketball team is the last defeated team in fantasy basketball. He has 0 wins. So it was that compounding with this loss.
Man.
That made it such a valid, hilarious crash out. So he's gonna love to hear.
I mean,
this
they could have kicked a field goal and he would have won, most likely.
Yeah, easily.
CeeDee Lamb catch the damn ball and you trip into the end zone. That's game over. But yeah, I know that was a heartbreaker, and I almost texted like the big group, but I don't know Sam that well, so I was like, I don't want to stoke the flame too hard.
Shit.
Because he doesn't know me either, But here it is right now. So.
Okay, so before I share this is what. Let's run through some facts, okay? Dallas Cowboys' last Super Bowl was in 1996. They are 4-5-1 currently. Their last playoff win was in 1996, not counting wild card wins because they do have one wild card win. We don't fucking count those. They were 7-10 last season.
Yeah, you do, but
no, we don't. They
on.
were 7-10 last season, and on top of that, Dak Prescott, just not a good quarterback. Me, Blake Blajasic, I am not convinced that the Dallas Cowboys are not a money laundering scheme for Jerry Jones or whatever the fuck his name is. It doesn't make sense that they're so profitable, yet they continue to be dog shit. I think he's doing it intentionally, either for money laundering or a tax write-off. I'm not sure, but for those reasons, the Dallas Cowboys, you are mega ultra giga ass. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
you guys are absolute fucking dog shit, and you will continue to be dog shit. I will put that on everything. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree?
These guys are ass, man. It's almost impressive how much money they have and how terrible. I mean, it is impressive how much money they have and how terrible they are. And they're never going to be good. There's no hope. It's like
no hope.
At least with the Dolphins, there's just like a little glimmer,
Right.
like there's a little shine. We're gonna go 10-7. We're gonna win a playoff game, which is why we count wild card playoff wins, by the way. Because if we don't, the Dolphins are never gonna have
don't
one.
have any. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
but I mean, even the Saints have had their day.
Yeah.
Like the Dolphins have just been ass for 30 years. So
You mean
yeah,
the Cowboys?
Hard agree. I mean, the Cowboys have been asked for 30. Sorry.
I think they have an undefeated season.
I started thinking about Jimmy. Well, I started thinking about Jimmy Johnson,
Yeah.
and then he was the coach anyway.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all aligned there. Great Astro Gas segment. I like this. Good idea.
It's a
Trey.
good segment.
Yeah,
It's a good
last
segment.
minute,
Thank
though.
you.
I didn't have anything till late last night, but they pulled it
Yeah,
off.
it worked
They
well.
didn't pull it off.
Okay, so let's move into the Wheel of Fate and Time. So it was Trey's categories, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I tried to get a little weird with it this week.
I feel that.
Try to throw some curveballs. Yeah.
So we have. Oh God, my laptop's gonna have an aneurysm trying to do this. Give me a second. Do you have the categories off the top of your head, Trey? If you want to read them.
Yeah, I can start reading them off. So do you want to do movie or album first?
Let's do album first.
All right, for album, I have number 1, Christmas album. Number 2, a comedic album. So that's just like Weird Al. Any music that its intention is to be funny. That's not a comedy album, which are two entirely different things. Just want to make sure that's clear. 3, math rock album. 4, pop punk, and then 5 is going to be Spinner's Choice. So one of these it's going to be an interesting choice, one way or the other. So
I'm gonna try to connect my VPN
can we do the honors?
so that I'm gonna try to connect my VPN so that we can't see these ads. Okay, are we ready? Can you guys see
free
this?
ads out here.
And I can still see the fucking ad, but I'm not gonna refresh it. All right, here we go.
The ad too, but
And for Anthony's album, you are getting nice cream of the crop. You got Spinner's Choice. What do you got for us?
oh yes. All right. So thank you. All right, big crowd. All right. So comedy album is what we're gonna pick. All right, and this comedic album is by a group from another realm. Okay. This group is known only as The Wizards, and the album is called Purple Magic. Somebody pull this up. Blake, pull this one up.
Is this from Workaholics?
This is The Wizards featuring, I don't know their wizard names, but yes, the trio.
Wait, The Wizards,
and
what's the
Kyle
album called?
Newacek.
I didn't know they ever did an album of
It's called
this.
Purple Magic. Kyle Newacek, who directed Workaholics, he produced this album, and it's
What
featuring
the
all the
fuck
guys.
is this?
It's not. Don't get your hopes super high. Obviously, you haven't heard of this before, but for me, holds a special heart. And yeah, it's good. It's funny. I think you'll dig
This
it.
will be great to
It'll be
review. Yeah, nice
is gonna
pick,
be
Anthony.
So Purple
okay,
Magic by the Wizards.
Purple Magic by the Wizards. And then for me, okay, it looks like my VPN is working finally. Let me get this back up. Hang on.
Didn't even tell you the things again.
Yeah, you can read them off while I'm pulling this up.
Okay. Also, I just did a little sampler on my piano in case you want to hear what the Wheel of Fate and Time song sounds like.
Wheel of Fate, Wheel of Fate, Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate and Time.
Yes! It's so good.
Beautiful.
All right. Anyway, yeah, we're just trying to really push the boundaries of technology's limitations here on this podcast.
Absolutely.
Movies are 1, Christmas movie. 2, movie that isn't necessarily a Christmas movie, but everyone associates with Christmas, or maybe just you associate it with Christmas.
Okay.
Number 3 is a cheesy action movie. Number 4 is a rom-com, and then number 5 is Spinner's Choice.
All right. I don't know if you guys can. I'm probably lagging, but I'm going to go ahead and spin it. Here we go.
Wheel of Fate and Time.
That is
Nice.
too
Keep it up,
fucking
Trey.
good.
That's on
Why
point.
didn't you have that earlier? That's so good. Okay. Cheesy
Did
action
it with it when
movie.
it was a me
Yeah.
and Anthony. Yeah.
It's good.
I
okay.
just forgot about it.
So here's a good thing about this. This actually covers 2 categories. So this covers cheesy action movie, and it covers movie that's not a Christmas movie that can be considered a Christmas movie. So the movie is Lethal Weapon with
Oh, okay.
it's Mel
Okay.
Gibson. Yeah, Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Right? Is it Mel Gibson?
All right.
I can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah,
I
okay.
think so.
Yeah,
it
so this movie is classic, 80s or 90s, whatever it was, action. It takes place during Christmas time, similar to Die Hard. Now, not the exact same. If you haven't seen it, I'll let you guys kind of flesh it out, see what you feel about it. But there's 4 of these movies, and in college, me and my friends used to watch them like once a year. We would sit down and watch all the Lethal Weapon movies because we found them so fucking hilarious. And they're just full of great, one-liners and moments. And also Always Sunny, you guys know, did their version of Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Which is absolutely
Is that
gold.
what that's based
I've
on?
never seen the original.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on Lethal Weapon.
Okay, got you. Yeah, okay. I've never actually seen
yeah.
this movie either, so this is a great pick.
Yeah, you guys are gonna like it. So, hell yeah! All right, well, good to record for you boys. Everybody, sorry it was a little long, but I think it was a productive episode. So we will see you guys next episode
In another realm.
Peace.
in
Purple
another
Apache.
realm.
The
Peace.
wizard.